Hey everyone, I'm Jer, a painter living in Prague, and here are the 3 best pieces of art advice I ever got. And stick around to the end and you'll hear the worst advice that I ever got too. The first one is a teacher I had at the Lime Academy of Fine Arts, Susan Stevenson, and she came around my easel and I was mixing up a bunch of different paints. And she looked at my yellow, and I had some like lemon yellow, some like ridiculous yellow that nobody ever uses, that was really transparent. And she, coming from like Louisiana, came up to me and she said, "Oh, sweetheart, you're not going to get anything done with that yellow." And I was like, what's wrong with my yellow? And then she introduced to me cadmium yellow and just the little box on the side of the tube that this is an opaque color or this is a transparent color. The second piece of advice that I got comes from my dad, and he was a prodigal talent with the piano, still is, and he told me to just, when I would try to get lessons on how to learn how to play the piano, of course, when I was growing up, and he was one of those types of people that just ended up playing and could sight read almost immediately from a very young age. And so I'm trying to figure out the basics, and he always told me, you know, the first thing is just get comfortable with the piano. Just get comfortable with where the keys are, right? And that's one thing you never think about, but like prodigies also spend a lot of time practicing. They know where all those keys are. They can figure it out, right? So just getting comfortable with where the keys are, just getting comfortable with where your palette is and where all your different colors are. I know it sounds ridiculous, but getting comfortable with using your brush and not worrying about it. So many people practice painting like they're training for a marathon or something like that, and it's like, I got to do 100 figure drawings today and figure this out and get better. And it's like, just get comfortable with it. Stop making it so stressful. Get comfortable with your materials, get comfortable with your colors, and paint consistently. And by practicing, you're naturally just going to become more and more comfortable with it. The third piece of advice comes from my professor that I had also at the Lime Academy of Fine Arts, Stephen Sheehan. And he's also well known for writing this big artist's handbook, if you've seen that, or he edits it, he doesn't write it. Ralph Mayer wrote it. Anyway, he told me always have more surfaces to paint on than you can possibly paint on, right? So you can cut up masonite, you can cut up, paint on paper. You don't have to have 100 canvases ready, but you can have 100 surfaces that you can paint on. You can go to Home Depot or OB or whatever, and you can get them to cut you up 100 different pieces of masonite, and you gesso them up and you're ready to go. And when you have a ton of surfaces ready to paint on, it enables you to kind of free up and take things, less seriously. And of course, we saved the worst for last. And this one involves a visiting artist that had come to my class. It wasn't directed towards me, but it was directed towards a student in the class. And the visiting artist, I won't name her, she said, "I really think you should research more before you paint." And I think this is a common problem of the kind of like academics in painting and universities and these types of places. They forget that you can actually make discoveries through paint. You don't need to read about it. You don't have to like try and bring together disparate ideas into something new. You can literally paint, and you can discover through painting. So after this visiting artist had left, I kind of talked to the whole class, and I told them, look, when she said that, just know that I think that's completely wrong, and maybe you can take that approach if you want, but there's also alternatives available too, right? So thanks a lot for watching this week, and since you made it this far, you get a shot of Blaja. Blaženko. She's been around with me today too. So yeah, thanks for coming on my Sunday walk, and I'll see you next week at Sunday at 7 my time. Yeah, whatever. I'm making two videos a week. Cheers.